What's up, Ace High? How is everybody doing today? Let me get a sense of who's here in the room with me. How many freshmen do we have in the house? Woo! All right, where are the sophomores? Woo! Woo! All right, juniors? Woo! Okay, finally, how about those seniors? Great. Well, guys, my name is Brittany Lenhart, and I work with ACE, the Alliance for Climate Education. We have team members all around the country going to high schools and talking to students just like you about climate change and ways that they can get involved. In fact, ACE has presented to over 1.5 million students. How many of you have heard about global warming and climate change? Well, you may sense that this is a big, serious issue, and the last thing you want is another person talking to you about the world's problems. But here's the deal. Scientists, they say that we don't have much time to start fixing the planet's climate. And if it's going to happen, it will be because your generation makes the choice to take it on. So I'm going to break it down for you in a way that you have never heard before. We're going to talk about the science and the consequences of climate change, but we're also going to talk about the solutions and the choices that you have to create a better future. So a while back, scientists, they discovered that the Earth has this sort of gigantic thermostat that controls the temperature of our planet. And these days, that thermostat is being jacked up, way up. Why? Well, when you really get down to it, it's all about the choices that you're making every day and the one very big choice that only your generation can make. How? Well, congratulations, it's 2014 and you've inherited a country that's all about living large. No, not like that. Most people are living large and they don't even know about it. What I mean is that we each take up a ton of space. But that's not easy to see because you see each of us, we just cover a little bit of ground. Well, your room and your stuff, that covers a little space. And then if you add your house on top of that, yeah, you start to see you take up some space. But what about all that space that you never see? Like the space over in Iowa where they're growing your food, and in China and Brazil where they're making all of your stuff. And how about in the Middle East where they're producing the oil that we use to drive around every day? And then there's the space all around the world where we dump our stuff when it turns into garbage. You see, everything you use, buy, and eventually throw away, it's got to go somewhere. And you take up that space too. Now let's be clear. Not everyone in this United States takes up the same amount of space. People who are living really large, they're taking up more space. And all that space, that means resources. And per person, we in the United States, we take up 3 times the amount of space that people elsewhere in the world do. That's not really your fault. I mean, you were born into this world, made by previous generations, so you kind of got stuck living large. Add to that the fact that every day since you were 1 year old, advertisers have been telling you that you could be cooler by having more and more and more stuff, making you want to live as large as you can. But here's the problem. Living large is pushing that giant planetary thermometer